Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. Happy Friday. Sorry I was not here last week, but child, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you guys. Last week was super crazy and I just did not have time to sit down and edit this video. So look, we're here this week, and of course some of the things that we couldn't talk about last week, we're obviously going to talk about this week, especially Brittney Griner. You guys know I have been following this whole thing. She's a WNBA star that is currently locked up in Russia. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But first, you already know we have to talk about some local events so that way you guys know how you're gonna live your best life this weekend, okay? First and foremost, we have Beauty and the Beast. This is actually still going to be showing at McCall Hall until the 27th, so you have a couple more days to go. Please do not wait till the last day because you already know it's going to be sold out, and honestly I wouldn't be surprised if it already is sold out. Alvin Alley actually starts tomorrow, and if you are into dance, you definitely want to pull up for this one, and I feel like it'll be a good one for families. So definitely make sure you bring your kids, bring your nieces, bring your nephews, and bring some of their friends too. And of course it's Friday, so look, if you're into Afro beats like me, definitely pull up to Red Lounge. I know typically on Fridays there is a late night at Communion. However, they're not doing one this week. They didn't do one last week either. If I'm not mistaken, they're coming back next week or week after next. Look, I'll keep you guys posted on it. These late nights are so much fun. It literally feels like a cookout every single time that I go there, and y'all know what I mean when I say a family cookout. So definitely pull up once they start doing them again. And then lastly, Curated Vibes is actually having a paint and sip. I want to say it's tonight. It might be tomorrow. Look, I'm gonna put the flyer up, that way you guys can have the correct date, and if that is something that you would be interested in, definitely pull up. And then obviously next month I have my candle bar with my girl Jazz and DJ Yachty. That is going to be going down on April 16th, so if you haven't grabbed your tickets, definitely grab the tickets. And if you need the link, you can simply go on to my Instagram, click my link in bio, and it is right there in my link tree. Now recently I did have my Seattle media mixer, or shall I say something real Seattle media mixer. As I told you guys, me and my girl DJ Lady Coco teamed up on this one. Believe it or not, every single Tuesday she's actually at Gold Bar, and there was an R&B night there. But we decided to come together to bring back my media mixer, seeing that I haven't been able to do a freaking media mixer since before COVID. Okay, literally my last media mixer was in 2019 February, and at that time I was having them every third Thursday. So it's been a minute since I've been able to do my media mixer, and when she and I talked about her always being there on Tuesdays, she was like, well, how do you feel about doing your mixer on a Tuesday? I'm like, I feel very great about that. Let's see what happens. So look, we did it. If you ask me, it was definitely a success. I've been getting text messages and DMs from people that made so many connections and actually got new gigs, to people that are super upset that they freaking missed it. I actually met a young lady last night at the other night at the Lotto concert. I cannot remember your name, girl, but I know your face, and we follow each other on Instagram, so hey, how you doing? She actually ended up buying me a drink at the Lotto concert because she wanted to come to my mixer and she wasn't able to make it. So there's a lot of people that are wondering if there is going to be another Something Real Seattle media mixer. Yes, there is going to be another one. Definitely stay tuned for that date and all the good details, because I don't know about you guys, anytime I do one event, I like the next one to be better and better and better. So this one was great. This one was an amazing welcome back to the Seattle Media Mixer, to let people know that they are back, they are around, and they're about to be in full effect. However, every single thing can always use a little bit of improvement. So if you missed the first one, trust and believe you don't want to miss the second one, because that one is going to be even better. And speaking of Vlado, she actually had a concert at Showbox Soto on Wednesday. Child, that concert was so good. First and foremost, Saucy Santana was there, and I freaking love Saucy Santana. Second of all, Seattle showed up and showed out, and I was totally here for it. One thing I've really been loving about this city going in, and what's been really just happening at these concerts, is that we've just been wowing the audience with our genuine love for their music. Like, years ago, and when I say years ago, I basically mean before COVID, don't get me wrong, people always loved coming to Seattle, but I feel like the energy now at these events is completely different. And then also, we just have a new group of people that are in the city, which is bringing out a brand new vibe, and I'm totally here for it. I understand some people might miss the old Seattle, but I'm definitely enjoying these new Seattle vibes, and I've definitely made sure that I would be a part of them, okay? But yes, the concert was amazing, and she actually said this was the best concert on her leg. And I know some people be like, oh yeah, they say that about all shows. No, I can almost guarantee you Seattle was probably her best leg on her concert. Like, that That was bananas. If you guys actually went to the Lotto concert, definitely shoot me a DM. Let me know your favorite part of it. In the meantime, between times, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and then when we get back, we're going to get into the rewind.
Hey there, it's Trey Holiday. And of course, Besa and I had to take a trip back to Market Street Shoes to grab some items. They always know what to show us. And let me tell you, we both spent quality time to be sure we collected some amazing additions to our wardrobes. They have some of the most unique bags, shoes, and accessories. I mean, the whole shebang. It's always a good time when I get to shop with my girl Besa. Make sure you go check out Market Street Shoes, y'all, and you too can walk out with some dope gear.
Welcome back. Of course, you're still watching Rewind with Besa on Converge Media. And look, you guys. Okay, I know that and maybe all cities, but you know, I haven't lived in all cities, so I'm just gonna talk about where I live at, okay? I know that in Seattle, when it starts to get warm, there's a lot of gun violence, okay? It's always been that way, and honestly, I remember growing up, it was kind of like a little joke that when the sun came out, there was always going to be guns out, and you just had to be really, really careful because you just never knew what was going to go down. Like literally, people would be like, it's going to be super hot outside. Maybe I should stay inside because people aren't going to know how to act. And then honestly, I never really understood why there was so much violence just because it was warm outside. Some people have actually said it's because people are outside and they're chilling outside, and it makes it to where you're in like these big gatherings and you're around more people than you usually would be around. But at the same time, I'm like, that really doesn't make any damn sense. Like, y'all don't go to the club? Like, I don't know. Either way. Yesterday alone, there were literally 3 shootings that I actually seen pop up on my phone. One of them happened to be in Tukwila. A guy ended up getting killed, and then it was like around 5 or 6 o'clock, my mom called me because she actually takes the light rail from over there, and she's like, I can't go get my car. I was like, what do you mean you can't go get your car? Like, what is going on? She was like, they have everything blocked off. There was a shooting and somebody died. And I was like, whoa. So literally she had to like walk all the way around somehow in order to get further down to where my aunt could come pick her up and take her home and then come back to get her car later because there was a whole freaking crime scene there. Look, I want to show you guys some news clippings on what the heck has just gone on this week alone. Just this week alone.
One person is dead, another seriously hurt following a shooting in Columbia City that happened this morning. This was near 42nd Avenue South and Angeline Street. Seattle police found a man and a woman on the sidewalk, both with gunshot wounds. They were taken to the hospital where the man later died. It's still not clear what led up to the shooting.
Today, the department says it's dealing with a historic drop in staffing levels and a rise in violent crime. According to Chief Diaz, gun violence has almost doubled since last year, and property crimes are up too.
Mixed in with that Friday night foot traffic, security guards patrol the sidewalks of what used to be the old Bon Marché building. Amazon now takes up a few floors, and tonight we know the employees that are reporting to work here won't be doing so anymore, at least for the time being. In the last month, shootings, including one that killed a 15-year-old boy and other crime along 3rd Avenue, has prompted Seattle police to set up one of its mobile precincts. That violence is why the company says it's pulling out. In a statement, Amazon says, quote, "We are hopeful that conditions will improve and that we will be able to bring employees back to this location when it is safe to do so." Como News also reached out to the mayor's office. We're told, quote, "Mayor Harrell will continue to develop a comprehensive approach to public safety in collaboration with police and safety advocates, community members, service providers, and businesses, including Amazon, to activate, revitalize, and restore downtown for all."
And see, that doesn't even count what the heck happened last weekend, okay? Saturday, I was minding my own damn business, okay? I was at Still Liquor, living my best life like it's freaking golden. I come around the corner and literally cops everywhere. People flooded in the streets all over the place. Guns drawn out, cop freaking pointed a gun at me and my friends trying to get where he needed to go. I was like, what is going on around here? I literally just walked down this freaking corner turn the small little corner just to get into a freaking lift, or at least stand into another spot where my lift can pick me up. And I'm just in all this freaking commotion. I don't really... See, this is the thing. I'm not one of those people that's within like gang life or gang culture or street life and things of that nature. So shooting up a club is very confusing to me, right? Getting into fights is very confusing to me, right? I've been in one fight in my life outside of relatives of mine, and I was a freshman in college, not a freshman in college, I was a freshman in high school, and some girl literally ran up on me from the back, and she was way bigger than me, so child, she was gonna win anyways. Other than that, child, I don't get in fights. So when I'm hearing about all these shootings, all these robberies, child, we haven't even talked about the freaking robberies at the pot shops. I just can't help but wonder if the theory is the theory, which is that when it gets warmer, you know, people start shooting a little more. Child, it's not even April. Okay, we're not even in April, we're still in March. It's still raining every couple days. So what the hell is gonna happen in the summertime? And frankly, what is being done to make sure that this is contained in the summertime? The simple fact that since January there's been 77 pot shop robberies is kind of troubling to me, especially because I've heard different things about like people that have, you know, certain offenses, and because there's not a lot of police out nowadays, they're basically letting people off on like small things. Like I ended up reading something a couple months ago, I don't know, it might have been like January, where there was like about 40 people ran up in Target, stole a whole bunch of stuff from Target. The cops chased down all the people, get the stuff back basically, and just give them a warning and let them go. Apparently that's like part of the rules now. Like apparently they can't necessarily arrest you for stealing. And so I'm like, so where's the lesson at in all of this? So let me get this straight. If I want to go steal a bottle of wine, I can steal my wine, simply have to give it back to you and go home. Like I just don't understand. Either way, I bring that up because in one of the robberies, I guess the guys that robbed the pawn shop, child, they actually robbed a pawn shop a couple weeks before, and they literally just put the guys on like house arrest. I think that they ended up cutting off their ankle monitors. If I'm not mistaken, these guys are like 16. They're so freaking young. They're coming in there robbing the freaking pot shop, and don't look. Look, I understand that people say pot shops have all the money. Pot shops got all this cash in there. I understand that, I get that, but let me tell you something. If I go to the dispensary to simply refill my vape pen, I don't want to have to worry about getting robbed, okay? I don't feel that it is fair to me as a citizen of Seattle, Washington, born and raised, by the way, to where I now feel like I gotta watch my back when I go to the freaking dispensary. That video that I played, I'm gonna play this little clip one more time because I want you guys to see the customer that is in there. Not saying that the employees are not important. My point is, it's like basically like going to the it's like going to the bank trying to get your freaking money out, mind your business, and all of a sudden the bank is getting stuck up, and then all of a sudden you might get shot in the ankle when you was just trying to get some money to pay your rent or something like that. So check out this little video. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna play it while I'm talking to you guys. I do not want to have to worry about that. And being that these robberies keep popping up every couple days, I'm seeing them all on my freaking phone with all the notifications. I would really love to know what our city council plans on doing about this shit. If anything at all. You know, everyone is so focused on the homelessness in Seattle, which is a ting. It is a ting. It's a little crazy. But I've also seen how sometimes the homeless is treated out here, which is not so great either. My whole thing is, clearly there's something going on to where all these robberies are happening. all of these shootings are happening freaking at the train station. Like, my whole point is, what the heck is going to be done about this? Is there going to be like a rally? Is anyone going to go out and like figure out who's actually causing all these shootings? Who's organizing all of this stuff? And frankly, I've been meaning to Google this. And if you know the answer, please drop it in the comments. What the hell happened to that street czar dude? Wasn't his whole purpose to go out and rally up the troops basically and try to figure out what the heck's going on in the streets so that way we can calm down the gang violence? Like, where did he go? Did he do anything? I mean, don't take no shade. You was able to get a nice little bag then if you didn't do anything, but at the same time, it's like, what are we gonna do about this? What are we gonna do about this? I would love to hear something from our mayor. I would also love to hear something from the governor. I would love to hear something from Seattle mayor, Tacoma mayor, and every other mayor that has a crap load of shootings going on in their city and robberies. Because with all due respect, even if you don't care about the pot shop owner, the people that work there don't deserve that. They are just going to work and they're minding their own goddamn business, child. And here you come in there with your guns blazing, roughing everybody up. Like, I'm just curious to know what's going to be done to secure these pot shops a little bit more. Because again, if I want to go refill my vape pen, I don't want to have to worry about that. But being that we've had 77 robberies since January, I kind of have to worry about that. You know? So, yeah. I would love to know what the mayor's going to do about this. What he thinks about this. Who he's actually met with about this. If the street czar is even still active and if he's talked to him about this. And I would also like to know if there's going to be any rallies about this. You know, it's so interesting. Sometimes I don't know. You know what, fuck it. Sometimes I really do feel like it takes way too much for a community to sometimes come together and talk about these things. With all them damn shootings happening on Thursday alone, this weekend, somebody needs to pull together a rally. Somebody needs to gather a conversation. Somebody needs to have some meetings, okay? Even if it's in private, there definitely needs to be some conversations going on. Because this right here doesn't make any goddamn sense. Sorry that was a long rant, but I'm just really confused as to why there's not enough conversation about this. Like, I just feel like I'm not getting enough conversation about this. Like, I don't know if everyone is distracted with Ukraine or what, but with all due respect to Ukraine, there are bullets flying around in my neighborhood right about now too. So we definitely need to clean this up and figure out what the heck is going on and have a conversation. So yeah, I would love to hear from the mayors, see a press release or something, okay? Figure out what these police chiefs plan on doing and figure out what community leaders plan on doing. I would love to see that within the next 72 hours. With that being said, that was a very long rant. I'm gonna go get me some water. And while I go get me some water, we're gonna go to a commercial break. That way you can go get you some water too. Of course, stay locked to the Rewind with Besa.
What's up, everybody? This is Eric Calligraphy, the co-founder, co-creator, and creative director of the Beloved King County campaign. Welcome to 206 Liminal Studios for the Roses and Collage Interactive Art Activation. There's 1,500 roses here, a rose for every shot fired last year. We have hung these roses up in remembrance of some of the people we lost, and some of the people that have been injured, and all the people that were in danger of a shot fired. Roses are beautiful, man. Roses are an act of kindness, an act of love, and you can give a rose to somebody at any time, it'll make them smile. Now, can you imagine that if every shot fired was an actual positive interaction between 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, instead of ducking a gunshot, you were getting a rose to say that you're amazing. And that's what this activation is about. The Beloved campaign is an anti-gun violence campaign where we are shifting the narrative of how we deal with gun violence. We usually talk about gun violence as a criminal action or a charge, but we are looking at it more as a disease, as a sickness that we can get better from if we use the proper medication.
Decided to go put on some extra lip gloss while I was on the commercial break. Commercials are dope. It gives you a little time to do whatever you need to do. Anywho, you guys, so I want to talk about something that I randomly found on social media, aka the Shade Room. Did you guys hear? Apparently there's been a study on men's birth control, which we've all known. I feel like before it was like injections and soaking the testicles and things of that nature, but apparently I want to say in Michigan they're actually testing a birth control pill for men. Check this out.
Some men embrace the role of fatherhood, but for those who are not ready, their main choices are condoms, a vasectomy, or relying on women to manage contraception. Soon, they could have a new option.
We are very optimistic and very hopeful.
Scientists at the University of Minnesota developed a pill for men that blocks a vitamin A producing gene needed for conception. After a 4-week test on mice, researchers say the pill dramatically reduced sperm counts and was 99% effective in preventing pregnancy without harmful side effects.
We target non-hormonal pathways so that we wouldn't have those hormonal side effects.
The mice could be fathers again 4 to 6 weeks after they stopped receiving the compound.
As a urologist, I'm excited because this is something different. This is something non-hormonal.
Medical experts caution while the findings are encouraging, they're also preliminary.
We have to wait. It may take years before we actually see this as an option for men.
Now what's interesting is that they're saying just because there's no, random little side effects in these rats, and of course so much for not doing animal testing, child. But just because there's not any side effects in the rats or mice, whatever you want to call them, doesn't mean that there won't necessarily be any side effects in humans. So we'll see. My question to you gentlemen, are you down to take a birth control pill? Do you feel like it would be at all demasculating for you to not only be on birth control, but to have it be like a contraceptive pill? Ladies, how do you feel about your man taking birth control? And frankly, I want to know if you trust your man enough to actually not miss a day, because I'm not necessarily sure if the one for men would work the same way as the one for women, but you know that the one for women, if you miss a day or 2, maybe 3, all of a sudden you might as well just start all over, okay? Because you done messed up, all right? You're gonna have a problem, you're literally gonna get pregnant, and you're gonna be confused as to why. So I'm wondering if even if men do get on birth control, if women will actually trust them enough to properly take their pills. And personally, I would definitely still use my own type of contraceptive, but hey, I'm curious, I'm single, so it's not like I can ask my man or anything like that and be like, hey babe, how do you feel about birth control? So I'm asking you guys, men, how do you feel about birth control? Ladies, how do you feel about your man being on birth control? Okay, you guys, so this is like a problem that I don't necessarily have because I don't have a car. However, gas prices have been just, they've been living their best lives ever since this whole Ukraine invasion, all right? And apparently there are some states, well, that was nice. Apparently there are some states such as Connecticut, Georgia, Maryland, and Ohio who have decided to suspend the gas tax, which is I think about like 25 cents or something like that, just because gas prices are so freaking high. And apparently California is working on something also, or at least there was something proposed. My question is, Washington State, hello, why haven't we done this already? First and foremost, I know that this state is supposed to be so green, so maybe they're like, I don't really care if the gas prices are high, you should be driving a hybrid anyways, but not everybody has a hybrid. So I'm wondering, Mr. Inslee, if you're gonna actually put something in place to help out our people here with gas. It's always so crazy when you see certain states doing certain things that just make sense. Like, it just makes sense. Like, you care about your people. You want your people to be able to get to work and do what they need to do and be able to survive, rather than all of a sudden spending their last dime. Like, did y'all see this video of sis saying that this was her last little $22?
If you're going to raise the gas prices, at least, raise the minimum wage for people and let people, start getting more money, like $3.89, $22. That was my last little $22, Hey, I really, when I seen it, I thought to myself, I said, I need a bike. I need a scooter, a Hot Wheel, a bike. I need something, but I don't need a car.
Yeah, see, that's not cool. So here's my thing. I feel that we should have some sort of a gas stimulus. Hear me out. We didn't ask for these damn gas prices to go up this high, just like we didn't ask for COVID, okay? So the simple fact that some people are not able to necessarily put gas in their car is not their fault. So I feel like people that have cars should be able to get a little something extra from the city or from their state to make sure that they can actually keep gas in their car. Because at the end of the day, if people can't afford gas, what are the gas stations gonna do? Now they're losing money because the gas is too damn high, but they have no choice but for it to be that high. So yo, give us like some sort of a gas stimulus to help people out, because no tea, no shade, I might not have a car, but Uber and Lyft, y'all are trying it with these prices, and I see you. All right, you guys, so we're gonna go to another quick commercial break. When we get back, you already know I gotta give you guys a quick update on Brittney Griner. If you forgot, Brittney Griner is the WNBA player who is currently locked up in Russia for having THC cartridges in her freaking luggage. A mess. Of course, you're still watching Rewind with Besa. Welcome back. Hopefully you got some snacks. Hopefully you got a little bit of water, because the show might be almost over, but we still got a lot of stuff to talk about, okay? So in case you forgot what happened with Brittney Griner, she was at an airport in Moscow, Russia, and I guess when they were checking her bags, they found out that she had some THC cartridges, aka vape pens, but rather than it being tobacco, it was THC. For a minute, they weren't even letting the embassy really even get in contact with her, and they wasn't releasing any information. So finally, we have information that she's doing okay. Check out the latest news clip on what is going on with Brandy Griner.
Good morning, Robin. Yeah, there couldn't be a more difficult time legally and politically for Brittney Griner to try to win her release. The 6'9" WNBA superstar is said to be sharing a cell in a Moscow detention center with 2 other inmates and to be in pretty good spirits. But with the U.S. taking a hard line against Russia in its war with Ukraine, getting her back home to Arizona may not be easy.
This morning, the U.S. State Department confirming it's finally made contact with the detained WNBA star, saying she's in good condition.
The consular officer who visited with Brittney Griner was able to verify that she is doing as well as can be expected under these very difficult circumstances. We'll continue to work very closely with her legal team, with her broader network, to see to it that she is treated fairly and that her rights are respected.
The 7-time WNBA All-Star was arrested in February at a Moscow airport. Griner plays basketball in Russia during the off-season. Video released by Russian Customs appears to show 31-year-old Griner going through airport security and an employee removing a package from her bag. Russian state media reporting that vape cartridges containing hashish oil were found. Griner was taken into custody. Her detention extended until at least May. She could face up to a decade in a Russian prison if convicted on drug charges. Until now, the State Department has maintained that Russian authorities have not granted timely access to Griner as required by international law.
In our minds, it is our expectation that this not be a one-off visit. Again, we want timely, consistent access to American detainees in Russia, including those in pretrial detention.
Griner's one of at least 3 Americans currently in Russian custody. In a 2017 interview with ESPN, she described feelings of isolation while playing in Russia.
I mean, when you're stuck in it so much, you got to find a positive in it so you're not miserable.
Now, with Russia's war against Ukraine raging on and the U.S., along with NATO, taking a hard line against Vladimir Putin, there are questions about the timing of Griner's arrest and whether Russia may try to use her as leverage.
It definitely sucks that she's going to be locked up until at least May 15th. It also sucks that this is happening in such a crazy time for the entire freaking world. But I am happy that they're saying that she's okay. She's in good spirits. I mean, for her to be that freaking tall in a bed that small, good God. But maybe she's in good spirits because, you know, they're not treating her bad or doing anything crazy and like holding her hostage or anything like that. I don't know. But definitely gonna keep you guys updated on what is going on with Brittney Griner when she gets out. I mean, I guess the next update might not be until May, so we'll see. So in the latest Cardi B news, remember when I told you guys about her having to sue a blogger by the name of Tasha K? So Tasha K is now appealing this ruling because according to Tasha K, she ain't got it. Check out this interview that she recently did with Kendra from WGCI and Kendall, who is literally just a super fire ass Instagram influencer.
I think it's $4 million you have to pay a celebrity. A lot of conversation has been is, do you even have that amount of money to pay in this lawsuit? Like, is Tasha K worth that amount of money to pay that?
I ain't got it.
Wait, I always want to know. Listen, I'm so glad you said it.
Listen,
Look, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Don't ask me for no money. I ain't got it. But listen, we have business things in place that takes care of things like this. Now, of course, the appellate court and the Supreme Court is in process right now.
So that is true. You're not trying to pay that $4 million. You're gonna do the appeal.
No. That's what the appellate court says.
and then
who's trying to pay $4 million? Who? You got it? Kendall, let me borrow. I know.
But what's crazy is Tasha K always talks about how much money that she got, so I don't know why she just don't pay the lady. But hey, I mean, look, if she's able to find a way to get around it, look, all I'm gonna do is take notes just in case something like that ever happens to me. Now, in other Cardi B news, her album Invasion of Privacy has become the first album in history to have every song certified platinum or higher. Like, people be playing with Cardi B, like they really do, and they really sometimes just don't like her, and it's always just some type of unnecessary debate. But what you cannot debate is her numbers, okay? You can say that it's payola, you can say that they're inflated, it doesn't matter. The numbers are there, the accolades are there. Congrats to you, good sis. And in one more Cardi B news, and this is also kind of like new music news, Summer Walker and SZA dropped the remix to their song No Love, which happens to feature Cardi B on it. The video is a vibe. I actually like Cardi B on the song. She's singing and rapping, and I remember when she tweeted out a few days ago that she was so nervous because she's never sounded like this on a track before. And she actually sounds really good. I mean, you can tell that she might have been a little bit nervous about it, but I think that she did a really good job. If you've checked out the song and music video, definitely hit me up on IG at Besa Gordon or drop a comment below and let me know what you thought about it. With that being said, we're going to go to one more commercial break, and then when I get back, we're going to close out the show. We are literally on our way back from Vegas. We had an amazing trip. Got some good interviews coming up for you guys, so definitely stay locked for that.
Look like water on my island. Long way from running from the sirens. I've been hella fly, I'm a pilot. I get what I want if I like it. Like it, yeah. If I like it. If I like it, yeah. If I like it.
What's up? Bird Media in the building. Yeah.
We're gonna have to come back to Vegas real soon because this is really really lit. All right, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me and watching Rewind with Besa. And I was dead serious about what I said earlier. I really do want to hear something from our governor, the mayors. Yes, I said mayors, because this is happening all over. I'm seeing stuff in Lake Taps and in all types of other little areas around the damn state. Like, this is not just a Seattle problem at this point. This is happening everywhere, okay? Between all these freaking robberies, between all these freaking shootings, I really want to know what is being done about this stuff and what is being done to make our communities a heck of a lot safer, okay? Because with all due respect, once again, I don't feel that I should have to go to a freaking dispensary and be worried about somebody robbing the damn dispensary. Like, what are we going to do to protect these damn customers that go to these freaking dispensaries? I want to be protected. I want to feel safe. I don't want to be minding my own business and then all of a sudden people come running into the damn dispensary with guns blazing. Like, what is being done to get people that are doing this off the freaking street? And frankly, also, what is being done to reach out to the people in community where all these freaking like all these shootings are happening? This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Last night I was literally just on SPD's IG, and not IG, but their Twitter, and I just kept seeing all those tweets that I showed you guys earlier of just all these different shootings that were just happening everywhere. And I'm just like, what is this, honey? Like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And what is being done about it? Like, I just feel like if I were government officials and our police departments feel like they can't get this under control, I'm gonna need them to just keep it a buck and do like LAPD did and tell people just not to come to the city. Because at this point, it's like, what are you doing about this? Because it's just getting worse every damn day. I was literally right around the corner from a freaking club where there was a shooting. What if that bullet would have went through the wall and hit me? Like, I know people can say, oh, well, you're just worried about yourself. Hell yeah, I'm worried about myself. You should be worried about you too. Bystanders get hit by guns every day, B. You know, you can sit here and be like, oh, I don't care about these little thugs that are getting killed and they did this, they did that. Okay. Now, when you at home minding your own damn business and that bullet happens to come through your window, you're gonna feel a little different about that. And you're gonna wish that something was done about this to combat this and figure out what the heck is going on and figure out how we can cool things down in these streets before it get real nice outside, okay? I wanna thank you guys for watching Rewind with Besa. I wanna thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope that you have an amazing weekend. Of course, if you need a reminder of what is going on this weekend, obviously watch the beginning of the video once again. Keep it with me on social media at Besa Gordon. And also, if you guys have any cities that I should travel to next, let me know, because you know, Besa is trying to get on the road. You already know we did Belize, we freaking did Vegas. Where else should I go? Let me know where I should go so I can plan some trips. But yeah, until next time, of course, check me out weekends, overnight, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Gemma 107.5, Sundays on B95, which is in Fresno. You can literally listen to these stations on the iHeartRadio app, which is free. All right. So until then, make sure that you have a wonderful